first video that describes some information and advice for parents and carers. This video is designed to support parents and carers of children and young people who are experiencing emotionally based school avoidance, or EBSA. What is emotionally based school avoidance? Emotionally based school avoidance, or EBSA, is a term used to describe children and young people who experience persistent challenges in attending school due to negative feelings such as anxiety. It's important to keep an eye out for any early indicators that your child or young person may be in danger of experiencing emotionally based school avoidance. Research shows that early intervention is key. The longer that children and young people are away from school, often the harder it is then for them to return. Becoming more academically behind their peers is only going to make returning to school more difficult. Early signs your child or young person may be struggling to attend school. Some things to look out for are perhaps your child or young person talking negatively about school, becoming anxious when saying goodbye, complaining of physical symptoms of anxiety, for example headaches or stomach aches, sharing worries about particular aspects of school, refusing to get ready for school, difficulty sleeping, becoming distressed when school is talked about, engaging in self-harming behaviours, becoming withdrawn, avoiding trips outside of the home. You may notice behavioural changes, for example in the way they interact with others. You may notice reduced motivation or engagement in learning tasks. It's really important to try and understand why your child or young person may be struggling to attend school. There are many factors involved in emotionally based school avoidance. We will refer to them in these videos as push and pull factors. Push factors increase a child or young person's ability to attend school, and pull factors are those that reduce it and therefore make it more likely that the child or young person will stay at home. It is really important to try and get the child or young person's voice and try and understand from their point of view why attending school is feeling so difficult. Of course, it's really important to validate a child or young person's feelings towards school, and both parents and school staff can do this by helping name the emotion, stepping in the child or young person's shoes, and then helping them to problem solve. Validating the emotions first is important, as it can be tempting to rush straight into fix-it mode. We know that if this happens, children and young people can be left feeling misunderstood and therefore more resistant to change. So we're going to think about some of the push and pull factors relating to school. Every child or young person is different, but some push factors towards school could be things like a positive transition to school, for example, when moving from year 6 to year 7. Good relationships with teachers and peers. Any additional needs identified and met. Enjoyment of a particular lesson or activity. And a sense of belonging in school. Pull factors away from school might be factors such as unmet needs. These could be learning needs, social emotional needs, or sensory needs. Poor previous experiences of school, friendship difficulties, unrealistic expectations and the pressure of learning or exams. Children or young people might dislike the competitive element of school. There may be a relationship breakdown with a teacher or a dislike of a certain lesson. The push and pull factors regarding home. The push factors towards school could be things like a parent pressurising their child to go to school, a parent working so they're not able to stay at home, peers attending school, good home routines, for example with sleep, and good social networks. Pull factors away from school could include things like a parental illness. If a child or young person is worried about a parent at home, they might want to stay at home where they can keep an eye on them, make sure that they're okay. A sibling not attending school, which might lead to a sense of unfairness. Why should I have to go to school if my sibling gets to stay at home? A child or young person might like the safety, comfort, reliability, flexibility of routines at home. They may like the fact that their toys are at home, and there may be less sensory stimulation, for example noise at home. It's really important to have a good understanding of the push and pull factors. It's then that we can think about what we can do to reduce or remove the pull factors away from school, and what we can do to increase, strengthen or extend the push factors towards school. When supporting children and young people who are struggling to attend school, it's really important to work together with school. Maintaining a positive relationship with school is important. We think of it as at times like a parental relationship where parents and school are working together to support that child and young person. Having good communication is key. If you can show your child or young person that you trust and are in support of their school, your child or young person will also feel that they can trust their school. Try to have confidence in the ability of the school to support your child or young person. If you talk negatively about school, your child or young person will also begin to develop negative associations. When supporting children and young people who are experiencing emotionally based school avoidance, there are 6 key areas for support. We call them the 6 C's. The first C is curious. Talk with your child or young person about what is going on for them. Be curious about their feelings and help them to describe their emotions. Acknowledge that their fears are real to them. Encourage them to be a thought detective and openly discuss their reluctance and anxiety about going to school. The second C is caring. Listen well. Emphasize with your child's experience. Encourage them. Don't ask leading questions and stay calm. Collaboration. Keep a good relationship with school, keeping up a united front and holding any more conflicted discussions away from your child. Encourage your child or young person to keep in touch with school friends. Ensure that you're sharing the message that school is not optional, and help them to find a purpose they can work towards with the help of education. The 5th C is control. Do as much preparation ahead of the school day as possible. Be consistent and remain focused on the goal, and keep up routines. Small steps may be necessary, and remember your own self-care so that you can feel in control as much as possible. Coping. Help your child learn about anxiety and coping strategies. Normalise anxiety and share that we all have fears. Model how to manage these. Teach your child that some level of anxiety is helpful as it can motivate us, and encourage your child to engage in activity, exercise and relaxation. In order to support our children and young people to overcome their anxieties around attending school, we need to be aware of their push and pull factors, as well as our own. School will also have their own push and pull factors, which they too will need to explore in supporting a child or young person with emotionally based school avoidance.